All right,
Okay.
we're back with more Trails Across Steel 3. It's your boy Top Cat the Gamer. We're gonna go ahead and head into the Imperial Museum here. And you get a little event when you come up in here. Oh, Ring, you're here. There she is. I was wondering where the hell she was. Hi, Dorothy. This must have been a crazy few days for you. Is everything okay after we left yesterday? Yes, thankfully. For a while there, I didn't know what was going to happen, but I'm glad everything's okay now. Hold on one second. Music is coming in very, very loud in this headset. Okay. Thanks to you, Emma, and everyone else. I appreciate what all of you did. It must have been terrifying down there. Not as much as it would have been alone. It's thanks to all the help we got to pull it off. But anyway, I'm surprised to see you guys open again so soon. Oh yes, the RMP were very efficient in cleaning the place up. And thanks to those two who came to advise us, the bell has been removed to a safe place. Those two? I think you're well acquainted with them, Ring. Professor Lumen suggested we deal with the bell as soon as possible, and I think that was the right choice. The two who helped are actually still in the museum. You should go say hello while you're here. Sure thing. Does she mean is Professor Lumen here today? No, he was on duty yesterday, so it's one of the other professors' turn today. He might be at the academy though. Should I call for him? No, that won't be necessary. I'll go say hello to these mystery guests at the back. You got plans with Emma today, right? That's right. We're gonna have a little get together as former members of the literature club. I'm actually about to take my break and go meet her. In that case, don't worry about us. I hope you two have fun catching up. Oh, we will. Now, if you'll excuse me. Okay, so after she leaves here, you can see her at the table with Emma, and she gives you a book. God, dog, sorry about that. God, voices. Two people who gave advice on moving the bell. They must be well versed in orbital phenomena. I should head to the exhibit room. All right. Well, we should know who these two people are. When Professor Smith. So it was you two. Oh, hello there, Ring. Fancy meeting you. Fancy meeting you here. What is it? Bah, what is it? I was just wondering what happened after we left yesterday. I guess it was you two who made sure the bell was safe to move. That's right. I got a call yesterday afternoon and came to help. I had the RF company get me a workbench and some industrial grade filler to keep the thing from ringing. That would explain why I didn't see you anywhere last night. Where's the bell now? It's being stored underground. The filler should prevent it from activating for the time being. I checked in on it earlier. There's nothing to be concerned about. Unfortunately, it means this museum lost one of its key attractions. A bell is the key attraction? Bro, come on. We talked with the director, and he had us bring in these models that were scheduled for the next exhibit. Well, it doesn't really fit the theme, but they do look pretty interesting. So I heard you two go way back. I didn't realize the two of you were such good friends. Don't be daft. Like hell we are. Just because I've known him since we were kids doesn't mean I've ever been friends with this style of pussy. When he got back to Lehman 50 years ago, the first thing he did was make himself a huge pain in my teeth. Bye. Dude, right there. Is that what you call revolutionizing the rifle company? I took you from your pathetic gunpowder weapons into the Orville Age. You should be bowed at my feet. Instead, I've got nothing but complaints. You know how many times we almost went bankrupt because of your reckless spending on our project? Until the Orville train started to go into use, our company was right on the chopping block, crying out loud. Well then, yeah, I make my exit too. I suppose both of you have Elisa's father in common at least. Hmm. Ah, friends. Despite his teacher being a pickled old goat, he was a good kid. Always bending over backward to accommodate my daughter. And after Lisa was born, he was a model father. Not to mention his top-notch skills as an engineer. If it wasn't for the accident, he'd probably be leading RF by now. Mm, no one knows what caused the accident, right? There was an explosion at an Orbital energy plant on the outskirts of Ruhr. A joint study between RF and the Institute of Technology was being held there, and France was in charge of it. All we could determine is that it was some kind of malfunction in the generator. Enough about him. I admit you were a skilled manager in your day, and now you're just a doddering old man who lets his daughter walk all over him. Nothing could be more unpleasant to me than the accusation of being a friend to such a senile buffoon. What was that, you monocle-wearing crabapple? It's that attitude of yours that made Makarov and George run for the hills. Well, shit. Well, despite what they say, they got a pretty good rapport going on. They flaming each other and shit. Anyway, I believe we don't have to worry about that bell anymore. It was a good call on Professor Luna's part to recommend you to the R&P. What? Who was that you said recommended us? Huh? Professor Lumen. He teaches geology at the academy. He was here at the museum yesterday. I was told he recommended calling the two of you. A professor at the academy, huh? It's only a coincidence. The empire is vast. There are many people with that same surname. Yes, that's true. Huh? What are you two talking about? Don't worry about it. We were just caught up in past for a moment. Anyway, I expect you'll be joining us for a party at the palace tonight, yes? We can talk more then. Go and enjoy the summer festival now. That's the plan. I'll see you there. It's been a while since I've visited His Majesty, but I've noticed they always call on the two of us at the same time. I would appreciate if they stopped treating us as though we're a pair. You stole the words right out of my mouth. Jeez, my goodness. Like, fuck. Yeah. Man. Alright, head down to the Heimdall Catacombs here. Now, if I'm not mistaken, if you go over here, there was something here. Yeah. Now, it gives you a dragon sense here, but I think, if you come down here, there's I want to say there's another master quartz. Oh. I can't think of which one it is. But I've already got it, so that's why it gave me that. Like, how you have a museum, you got some shit like that built under it. Freaking people the fuck out. Come to think of it, I haven't been here in quite a while. He always had fascinating stories to tell back when he was alive. He? The previous museum director here. He was the grandfather of the Herschel girl. Oh, so you two knew each other. He was quite the accomplished astronomer, and in terms of knowledge and education, he was the absolute best in the Empire. Shame he rotted away his talents at the Academy. They never deserved him. Don't be disrespectful. Anyway, we looked up him, both of us. His son and daughter-in-law were respectable scholars in their own right, too. Now, why am I getting a green question mark here? Could I get you to take a look at this?
Oh, you have something interesting.
That shimmer. I can never mistake it, Sumerian ore. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is just him letting you know about Sumerian ore. I have to run some analysis on it, but I have heard there are variant forms of Sumerian ore out there in the world. I postulate that this is more durable than normal Sumerian ore, which means I'll have to devise a new method of cutting it. A new method? Is that even possible? Never said it wasn't. In fact, I already have a few ideas in mind. I can make a weapon of it right now, if you need it. Really? Right this second? We should strike while the iron's hot. But first, whom shall I make this weapon for? Well, we already made one for everybody. I think just about everybody. I'll just do Sayrine. Make my Tachia. I'll get to work right away. There's an acquaintance of mine at the workshop on Vankir Street. We'll head there. Alright, as soon as they arrived, the professor started working on making the weapon. Sorry for dropping in by out of the blue. Think nothing of it, really. Any engineer would consider it an honor to help Professor Schmidt. If you say so. How do you know Professor Schmidt? The professor actually advised my father when he was a student, so I had the connection to get accepted into the Institute of Technology. I remember helping with things that had nothing to do with my training, but they're all good memories. The professor really abuses the people around him. Yeah, and we're certainly no exception. It's done. Already? Quick job as always. Now take this. Yeah. So it's just him reiterating about the Sumerian ore. Yeah, I've already done this, so that's how when you get the Sumerian ore for the first time and you take it down. I would always make Reen's Tachi first, but as this is a new game plus. I don't know if you get more of it here. I don't remember. I think maybe at least 2 you get in your first playthrough of the game. Maybe 2 or 3. It's possible. Alright. Yeah, I've already been through all this. He's just talking about how it's made. Come on, get through the conversation. Alright. Then we go head back to Leica. I should have just done it from inside the store. God damn. That load, boy. Now, if you go over to Dorothy, she gives you the final chapter of the Heartless Egger. She should be sitting over here. Yeah, there she is. Congratulations on making your debut as an author. I brought you some souvenirs I got from my travels. Oh, you shouldn't have. This is for you, a signed first edition of my latest book. Emma, you were the first one to join me on my crusade, my first ally to my journey to spread blossoming love. I'm happy I was able to help. I'm glad Emma and Dorothy were able to see each other again. Their dynamic is the same as ever, though. Give me that book, girl. Alright, there's the Heartless Egger, chapter 10. And there's Celine. Oh yeah, I wanted to give you something. Take it if you want. She gives you the Hexen Bell because her bonding with you is at the top. Well, it's a spare. And even though it's tiny, it does contain some of my magical powers. If you're saying you don't want it, I'll take it back. That's not what I'm saying at all. Thank you for such a thoughtful gift. It's nothing special. All right. Now, there are certain people you have to go, you can talk to them and get their their accessory. And there are certain people that you are trying to show you here. Now, Celine, I think Claire, Celine, Claire, and Sharon. Where is Sharon at? If you go talk to them, they give you their they give you their item. You get an item from just about everybody extra. I think you get an item from all of them, from extra people other than people that's in a direct party. I think that's how it went. Yeah. All right. So, if I could just find out where the hell that woman, where Heron is, but we're gonna go here to the Revolt Company, start this second quest. Well, technically third. After all this time, I never thought it would be found. Lady Claire, no, I need to contact Master Michael. But I don't know if either one will pick up. You just mentioned Claire and Michael. Sorry for interrupting, but I'm an instructor at Thor's branch campus. Oh boy. Oh? So, you must know Lady Claire and Master Michael. And you must have heard what happened at our company. Yeah, I may be overstepping my bounds, but you seem to be in need of help. I see. I think you may be able to help me. Once again, I'm Morgan, the current president of the Revolt Company. As you may know, I used to just be a regular employee. The previous president and vice president were very nice to me. So a long time ago, they entrusted me with something very important. This music box. A music box. It has a combination lock on it. Yes, it's an 8-digit combination. If you unlock it, the box will open and you can take what's inside. I see. They put a lot of work into this. Yes, they told me to hand this to the 4 children of the Revolt family once they have all become adults. But 11 years ago, the accident happened and the music box was lost. Huh. And we recently found it again. I see. Interesting. Yes, but Lady Claire seems to be avoiding the Revolt Company. And as for Master Michael, well, you haven't been in contact with him. I had to keep my end of the promise, but I see. Thank you. I think I understand the situation. You really opened up to me. I'd like to help me any way I can. You're gonna offer to help? May I be your intermediary? Are you sure? Of course. They've both done a lot for me, after all. And watching them and their troubles from afar can be somewhat disheartening. I see. In that case, would you please help me get this music box into their hands? Absolutely. I'll do what I can. Oh boy. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to go explain the situation to Major Irvin. That's a good idea. All right. We should be at the exercise camp, field exercise camp. So we're going to head there. Where is he? Oh, he's up here. Okay. I will return to the RMP headquarters. I'm counting on you. All right, leave it to us. What is it? Can I help you? Well, actually, what? Indeed, I have heard about such an object. But why now? Very well, I understand. I should look into it myself. Master Michael, thank you for coming. Please don't call me Master. At any rate, It's nice to see you again, Morgan. I'm sorry I haven't kept in touch. I've been busy at the RMP. Oh no, I understand. Let's cut to the chase. This is the music box. I see my father and uncle's names. There's no doubt this was prepared by them. Hey, Jervin, do you know what's inside? What about this music box? Yes, my father told me about it. I also have an idea of what the age of the code might be. Is that so? Does that mean you can open it? Well, I only know part of the number. Number is made up from the favorite month of each of the four children. Oh, that's interesting. I said October because I like fall. My sister Sarah, who is 5 years younger than me, is away now, but I know what her answer should be. She would have said she likes summer, so she would have said August. I have an idea about Claire's, but the youngest Emil, I don't know for sure. Then we need to ask Lady Claire. But Claire still thinks everything was her fault, or rather she has forced herself to believe that. Therefore, I believe it's best to not tell her the details up front. Well, we just need to know the number. But it would be a bad idea to have Morgan or me ask her. So Schwarzer, it's all right with you. No worries. I was planning to do whatever it took to help. I'll find a way to ask her. Thank you so much. And sorry for the trouble. Right now, Claire should be in the security meeting, which means she should be around Dracula's Plaza. Okay, got it. Alright. We'll head over to Dracula's. Now, when you complete this quest, it should give you Claire's her last star basically, and you get the full bonding for her. And she gives you one of the better accessories in the game. Major Claire, you look busy as usual. Yes, but I'll be taking a break soon. So, Reen, are you enjoying the summer festival? Yeah, but I feel bad for having a good time while you have to work. Don't mind me. I shouldn't be so roundabout. I need to straight out ask her. I'm sorry for bringing this stuff out of the blue, but is there a particular time of year you like? Time of year. How do you mean? Season, holiday, month? I'll need more specifics than that. Let's say month. For example, I really like December. I think she got it, bro. I don't think you had to give an example because back home, that's when it really starts snowing. I see. For me, it's February. I see. Is there any reason why? The colder it is outside, the more you appreciate warm feelings. So I like February because it's so cold. I know it's not. I know it's such a childish reason. No, it's not childish at all. I'm glad she gave me an answer from the heart. Alright, just one more thing to ask. So, what about your brother? Did Emil have a favorite month too? Emil? Ah, I see. Well, can't really say for certain. That's fine. I don't think she suspects anything. I guess sometimes you just have to wing it. He liked spring. He liked the rainy season, especially the start of it in May. He was a really kind child. He loved to study plants. I see. This conversation has gone on for quite a while. Yes, it has. Sorry for taking up your time. Now, if you'll excuse me. Oh, and Claire, please take a break soon. Yes, of course. Alright, I gotta get back to the company. Man. Alright, let's go back to the result. Alright. Hello. Looks like you were able to ask her. Yeah, I did it without telling her what it was for. Now that we know the numbers, what order do they go in? Indeed. How should we do this? I say, can't we just get a knife or something and just crack it open? Schwarzer, I thought you didn't tell her the reason. Huh? Oh, she followed his ass. Sorry, Reen. I figured it out while you were talking to me. Guess, guess I can't get anything past you, huh? You always been a great problem solver. Lady Claire, welcome back. Morgan, it's been a long time. Please allow me to set foot in here, just for now. No, you don't have to be so. You don't need to keep blaming yourself. Oh well. Since you're here, does that mean you're curious about what's inside? Yes. Mostly I'm intrigued by the fact that Reen is involved. Claire. There he goes. Anyway, we have the numbers, but what order do we put them in? Unfortunately, we don't have any hints. Schwarzer, can I trust you with this? Me. I'd also like to see you do it. You both insist. The numbers are 05, 08, 10, and 02. What order should I put them in? Alright, so right here, I'm pretty sure the order of their age factors into it. Alright, so it's going to be order of age. This right here, if you answer this right, this is for a bonus AP at the end of this mission. 10, 2, 8, 5. It opened. You did it. This order is, yeah, the correct answer was by order of age. I think it was showing the way, it was their way of showing that all four children to happily live in peace with each other. Yes, I agree. There's no way of knowing for sure. True, but I think Reen's right. Major Claire. Oh, right. Let's open it. Yeah, let's. Now, Lady Claire and Master Michael. I told you, please don't call me Master. Shit. Alright. Claire slowly opened the music box while keeping an eye on Michael. Why? Like he was gonna hit upside the head? Hey, that's the song from Trails in the Sky. That's like the main theme. This is a photo. Oh man, check that out. Was that him and her, or was that her and Emil? It's you and your siblings. Yes, Master Michael and Lady Asara, and Lady Claire and Master Emil. It feels like this was just yesterday. Wow, man. So this is the brother who was the same age as me.
Morgan, Schwarzer, thank you. I don't know how I can repay you for this.
There's no need. Oh no, it is I who should be thanking you. It's been 10 years or so since that incident occurred, and this company was suddenly left to me. I felt humbled and out of place at first, but it was well worth it in the end. I'm glad I was finally able to fulfill my role and give you these pictures. Perhaps this is the will of the former president and vice president. It looks like there are 4 pictures
Yes,
total.
I will take 2 of them and pass one along to my sister. Claire?
Yes, I'll go to where he's resting and let him know. I'm not sure when I'll be able to, though. Thank you so much, Morgan. Michael. And you too, Reen.
My lady.
I didn't do anything worthy of thanks.
I'm glad. All right. Afterward, Reen said his goodbyes to Michael, who elected to spend some time at the Rivell Company. Saw off Claire, who was headed to the art cafe for a break. All right. And get another extra ticket. All right. So now we got her at Maximum. Let me see if he has anything else to say. Music box is playing The Whereabouts of Light. That's what the name of that song is. Used to listen to this when we were younger. Schwarzer, I really must thank you. I'm glad I could help. Yeah, that was the theme to Trails in the Sky. Fantastic theme. Like, slowed up, fast. It's just really good. I don't know why I went that way. Alright, so we gotta go to the cafe. Go find Claire. And she's gonna give her accessory. Reen, thank you for everything you did today. It's like you always know what I'm struggling with and swoop in to help me work through it. I could say the same about you. Anyway, I'm just glad I could help out. You're too kind, Reen. Thinking back on it, you've always been so good to me. So this is a little thank you from me to you. Alright, got a kaleidosphere. Is this a necklace? Yes, I thought it might look good on you. Do you not like it? Oh, I'll definitely take it. I'm just surprised at how nice it is. Thank you so much. I'll be proud to wear it. It's nice to see you look so happy. And this is what that thing does. On 100% accuracy and gives you 15% critical. It's a great item to me. 15% critical is beast, and you get 100% accuracy without having to add it in a corpse. So, great item right there, and I think that's all the quest. Oh, and I figured out which let me show you this. That master quartz I was telling you about down in the library. It's the Magius, whatever the hell it is. It's that one. All right. And let's see, here we go. The hell did I go? Okay. Okay, I think now we need to go ahead and start spending some tickets. Don't think there's anything here. We'll start with the Mishi. Alright, we're back here. A quick little edit there. I went ahead and did all my events with everybody I wanted to. Got most of the bonding things. And make sure you do, make sure you at least get the bottom people. Bonding up to max, you get an item from each one of those people. Whereas with everybody else, you get their stats get boosted by them deepening a bond with you. And whoever you have like a high bond with on your link, you get like a special little thing you could do with that person when they talk to you in their cutscene and ask a question. Like, it's basically a romance thing. But we're gonna do the final one right here with Alisa, and this should get us her final one since she's the person we're romancing. We're gonna do the baking event thing with her. Hello, welcome to Lafitte, or Lafitte. I don't know, Lafitte. And we'll roll Lafitte. We're holding a creative, all-out baking competition called the Purebred Contest. But you need a special ticket in order to participate. We have the ingredients ready, so your job is to pick the fillings and mold it into a shape. It's a good chance for a fresh, tasty baking experience. Would you like to join us? The Purebred Contest sounds like fun. I'm sure someone else would like it too. Where is she at? Alright. Reen knew just who he wanted to invite and called him on the artist. With one special ticket, they were ready to make one special bread. This was the most closely romantic thing I could see. You had like the Mishi thing, where you watch this Mishi event or donate something to the bazaar or do like the tram ride. And that's a little close, but this was the most kind of personal thing between them that I could see. Have fun, okay? Let's get those creative juices flowing. Perfect, thanks. All right, ready to bake some tasty bread. All right, let's start making bread. Those the ingredients. All right, got the dough. All right, she made like a little cat. Like she might have kind of burnt it a little bit, huh? Ta-da! Kagamaru bread complete. Looks really cute. Who's Kagamaru? A mascot? Yeah, it's a character from this novel that was popular in Crossville. I found it by chance while on a trip and fell in love with how grumpy it looked. I even bought some merchandise. It was this weird Mishi type appeal to it. It has this weird Mishi type appeal to it. And I bet the smell of freshly baked dough and chocolate would go nicely with Sharon's tea. Also, that's chocolate making it look like that. Okay. Oh, maybe everyone should come by Roar and have Kagamaru bread and tea. In fact, I like that a lot. We should have tea together soon. It'd be my pleasure. Wow, looks like you guys made something incredibly creative. I'm going to take a photo for the contest, so strike a pose. They pose and smile for a photo. Okay, then they feast on the bread. Alright. So her bond's at maximum. We should get her cutscene here and complete the romance in this game for her. Afterwards, Alisa was headed to Corel Imperial Villa, so Reen walked with her to the station. On the way, they enjoyed some idle chatter. Alright, I'll see you later. Have fun at the festival, Alisa. Alisa? Uh-oh.
Reen? Could we stay here together just a bit longer?
Well, of course.
I'm so happy I was able to spend time with you like this again. I feel like the Rhineford group is going to get busier than ever.
Yeah, most likely given this current situation. Are you worried?
Yeah, honestly, I'm a little scared. It looks like the new railway cannons will start seeing active use soon. Tens of thousands of tanks, thousands of Panzer Soldats, and a new model of battleship.
Yeah, they're definitely getting ready for war.
To think that tens of thousands, no, hundreds of thousands of people will be using these weapons. And that my mother, my family, is responsible for it all.
Alisa, I won't let that happen. All the things happening behind the scenes are too intense for any one of us to deal with. But we all decided to face this together. And it won't just be us. I'm sure there will be others who will lend us their power. I'm sure our feelings will reach your mother somehow.
Reen!
If you're still worried, you can call me anytime. There it is. So if you choose this, then you put her in the friend zone, of course. I had to do that with a few girls. But I don't know if choosing the romance option for each girl, or if you can choose the romance option for each one of them. I really don't know. I haven't tried that out yet, but we're gonna choose her as our romance here. You're an irreplaceable person. I'll do everything I can to support you as one of my. No, I want to support you forever because you're an irreplaceable person for me. Well, to me, I'm sorry.
Reen! Thank you. I can't tell you how happy it makes me to hear that. I feel like I'm strong enough to overcome anything now. I'll try to give you that same strength. So...
Yeah. There it goes. All right. Seal the deal. All right. And then, well, this is what happened with everybody, not the kids, but everybody's stats get beefed up when they end. All right, and now you immediately have to go to this Heimdall Central Station, go do this mission for Lecter when you get done doing all the bonding stuff. So we're gonna head straight there. If it's a request from Major Lecter, there's no telling what might happen. I should prep for what's coming. The request from Lecter must be completed once started. Okay, go to Central Station.
Oh, hey! Are you for real?
Fuck.
You just can't turn down a request, can you? One call and you come running to the rescue.
He mad because he came. Well, how was I supposed to react to such a vague, mysterious message? Anyway, why the secrecy? Is this issue really that important? Well, it may not be necessary, but better safe than sorry, you know. But time is of the essence, so no more beating around the bush. Since you showed up, I take it this means you're in? Yeah, I'll help. I don't even remember this mission at all. It's about the Calvardian agents. There's one of them still loose in the city. There is? They must have slipped through our grasp yesterday. Whoever this is, they have to be pretty skilled. Actually, it's the opposite. According to the agents we detained, this was one of their squad in his teens. Damn. What? From the sound of it, he kind of just forced his way into the mission. He's got potential, but at the end of the day, he's still just a kid. Yesterday, he was one of the ones who transformed. But since the root of the problem is gone, he's probably back to normal now, and he's also probably scared out of his mind. Poor kid. We can't just leave him there. But wait. If you already know all that, then why does the intelligence division just... You're right. I see. The intelligence division doesn't want to do anything about him, do they? Who knows? They certainly got their hands full with the rest of the capture agents right now. They probably figure a kid like him won't have any good info, so he's not worth the hassle. So it's not like this is an official order or anything, but after hearing all that, are you still in? Of course, I'll help out. You got an idea of where he is, right? Well, about that. I know he's somewhere beneath the southwest part of the city, but unfortunately, the whole place is crawling with tough monsters since last night. Because of the Dark Dragon? No idea. All I know is we're going to need some help. We need to gather up a decent number of people from outside the intelligence division while still keeping things under wraps. Fortunately, you know quite a few people who meet that description. Well, that's true. But after yesterday, I'm sure everyone in Class 7 is completely worn out. Nah, you can let them rest. After all, they're not only your only pals, right? True. Alright, I'll ask around, but no promises. They may already be busy with something. Well, if it comes to that, the two of us will just have to go a little two-man spelunking adventure. Rain called up his friends and allies from outside Class 7, and before long, a small crowd of people had gathered. This it gives you the chance to work with some of these people. Now, I don't think we had a chance to work with Toval up to this point. Well, there, I said we needed a decent number of people, not a small army. I only called a few of them, but I guess word got out. Oh, we just happened to hear about a little adventure you guys were planning to get through the grapevine. We figured it sounded like something the guild should help with. Didn't expect her to come running along after me though. Hey, you promised you'd spend the whole day with me, and oops. Well, there it is. My, someone sure is popular. I'm not sure if you should be here, Your Highness. Well, I was planning to spend the day with a friend of mine visiting from Liberal, but she was busy helping a tourist and told me to go annoy someone else. So here I am. That does sound like Shara. The Silver Streak? She sounds pretty intense. She does come off that way. I met her last night though. She's actually pretty cool. I wish you could have played with her on this part. I really did. She certainly sounds like a force to be reckoned with. Patrick, Sharon, are you both sure you're okay to help out today? But of course, I couldn't pass up a chance to win more glory for the House of High Arms. To be honest though, I think I may be able to help in regard to this lost agent. The chairman told me yesterday to see to any remaining issues here. If I could help you along the way too, I'm sure Lady Alisa would be very happy indeed. Well, that's good to hear. Thanks, folks. Well, guess we won't be wanting help for sure, that's for sure. Since we got so many people, maybe it'd be best to split into groups. Where would each group be assigned? There should be 2 entrances to the underground from the southwest part of Heimdall, yeah? That's right. One's near the race course and the other is near the south of Himmel Cemetery. Gotcha. Makes sense then. I do not remember this mission. The group then proceeded to decide who would be deployed where. It was decided that Toval, Randy, and Patrick would stand guard by the entrance near the race course, while the rest of the group set out to explore the underground in search of the missing agent. So you don't get to play with Toval. I really don't remember this. It's crazy. Interesting. Guess they figured you play with Randy. Some strong monsters here, but should be able to take care of them. According to the scans, spirit reactions have been detected in the following locations. Wait, is this what happened yesterday? No? This pattern is much more tame compared to yesterday's. There's a very high probability that something is going on at each of these places. Something, but what? Think maybe the agent kid is up to some mischief? Either way, we should check these locations and try to find them. Yeah, let's go everyone. Appreciate the help. Kind of turned into a whole big thing, but we're all having fun, right? Oh my god. Lecter, you can stand to be a bit more polite, considering you're asking everyone for a favor. No worries. Knowing him, I'm surprised he even asked for help at all. I shall do my best. Don't go too wild testing that machine, got it? Of course, don't worry about me. We all ready to go then? Yeah. This is too funny. We're in position. If that agent comes running this way, we'll be sure to bag him. I'm in charge of communications with your group. Be sure to try out the remote orders too. Good luck, Teotide, Marine, and the rest of you. Thanks. We got this. Now, shall we? Alright. So this is the first time you get to play with Lecter. Let's see what this stuff looks like. It's not bad. So he has Chevalier, huh? Wish his stats were a teeny bit better. I think I'm gonna put him on. What is a good sub course for him? Wait, who's that with Beowulf? It doesn't make sense why Agate has Beowulf. You really look at that. Like, it recovers CP through offensive arts. Agate doesn't even cast arts. He's a physical fighter. So he only gets CP through offensive arts. And I'm just kind of like, it makes zero sense. I would expect him to have Chevalier, honestly, before anything else. That's the one he actually has. Good support. One that everybody doesn't have. Looks like everybody has it. Everything on the supports. Well, Tempest, no. You know what? I'll keep him on Deva. Just forget it. Not that big of a deal. Definitely gonna change that to something that makes sense for him. I would do Brigade. Guess I might have to stick with Oberon. Critical rate up as HP drops. Yeah, I'll keep my Oberon. Shit. Trying to think here. Who do I want? Okay. Tell you what. Let's put. We haven't played with Claire since the beginning of the game. You have to play with Agate twice. I do need a power hitter, but I feel like I can let him sit this one out. And I'll roll with Olivier and her with Lecter. I like Agate. I'll rotate him in if I need him, but didn't get to play with Claire for long at all. So kind of want to just get her in there. Figure she'd have some good stuff going on with Lecter. Oh no, you know what? She does yeah, this'll work. I could give them something, couldn't I? Just give me a second, bear with me here. I tell you what, yeah, I'm gonna take care of that stuff off screen. Yeah, I'll end here. When we come back, we'll be setting up to go in here. And yeah, that way it'll all roll together in one vid. But thank you guys for rocking with me. I appreciate everybody checking out the vids. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe, guys, and come back for some more. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.